So I had probably one of the weirdest encounters today that I've had in a long time. Uh, just on the job, and maybe I call it weird because in the timing that it came. But anyways, I'm getting ready to leave, and as soon as I'm walking out, a guy that I hadn't met before, because this is a job that I just started, he just walks up to me and first asks my name, and I tell him. Then he asks. So he gets real quiet, and then, when somebody starts getting quiet and they get close to you, you're like, oh God, what's about to happen? And he's like, hey man, I want you to be honest with me. I want you to be really honest. So I don't know what kind of questions about to come. I actually thought he's about to say something about weed, because everybody always asks me questions about weed. They always think you smoke weed. Uh, but then he's like, if you were, and I want you to be honest again, if you were to die right now. So then I'm really thinking, what the fuck? Uh, he says, if you are to die right now, um, would you go to heaven? And if you are, how are you sure? And first of all, that's a lot of damn questions. And two, that's pretty damn uh, out of the blue, someone would say. But so of course I said, yeah, I'll go to heaven. Like, I mean, we've heard that. We know those guys that ride around on those bicycles, or there's anybody that's trying to convert you to believe what they believe. Anyways, I said, think I go to heaven, and he says, well, why? Why would you go to heaven? Which again, that shit. Now you getting like super personal. You're getting really. That's just a really personal question to ask. Why shit? Why do you think you would go to heaven? Why does anybody go to heaven? And I know my reasons and the true answer, and I probably should have given that answer. That was my time to just say, well, because I don't believe in a hell. But I just let him ride with his shit and let him go on. And I said that I would go to heaven because I believe in my relationship with the Creator. But he just couldn't accept that. No, that's not good enough. And who is the Creator? And I answered by saying, well, I mean, I'm sure it has a lot of names. I know now that he's trying to get me to say God, which I do not oppose that, but I just, I guess you call it stubborn. I'm not gonna fall for that shit. I'm just not gonna fall for that no more. And you're not gonna make me say something just so you can go back and tell somebody, oh, I converted one more. I mean, I don't give a fuck about that. That means nothing. That means nothing to me. Whatever you're saying. But anyways, it continues to go on. Starts quoting the Bible verses word by word, and then he's asking me, well, have you ever said that verse right there? Have you prayed it out loud? And he made sure to say out loud, and he's pointing up and doing all that. I mean, I said, yeah. Which at one point I think I have, and I can't even tell you the verse he said, but I guess that was probably the ego in me getting a little upset and offended, because one, he wouldn't let me get another word in. He was very upset that I said that the Creator goes by many names, and then he even admitted at the end of his little sermon, well, he may have more than one name, but his name is God, and the only way to get through God is by going through Jesus, and that's just not true. That's just not true. And even if you want to go by that story, Jesus doesn't even say that directly. Everybody interprets the Bible, and that was another question he asked: do you believe in the Bible? So I guess those are all the trick words that they start using to put you under that, or to make, I don't even know. Like, nobody knows. It's 2018 now. Everybody understands that the Bible has been doctored, and everybody understands that there are different faiths and beliefs here on this earth, and everybody definitely sees that people have different spiritual awakenings and reactions and connections to their God. Um, some people that do or do not believe in Jesus, and some people do things in the name of Jesus for bad, or for the hurt of someone else. So it's just the fact that you like this man. And I know it's not on everyone, but that's just a common approach that people do see. Um, he was adamant that the man's name is God, and then that you have to go through Jesus. And again, all of it starts getting blurry then, because none of that starts making sense. Just none of that makes sense, and that's neither here. They already know what my opinions on that would be, which those are just his opinions too. But it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. And then you're talking about the faith of a man who didn't even speak the language that we're speaking right now. And people would say that doesn't matter. It does matter. It does matter what you say somebody says and what you say is written. If they ain't even writing in the language that you are reading or speaking, because the power is in the tongue, and that's why they try to make you use these words, perhaps. Doesn't matter if you believe or not believe in Jesus or Christ or God, or in that aspect, or if you're a Christian, which they didn't even call themselves Christians, but I guess that just doesn't matter. We're just gonna say whatever we have to say about that. We're gonna talk about history in the past and put our words on it and tell you that this is just what it is, and it has to be that way because he said it like that and it's written this way. That's just got to be the way it is.